Are we ready?
What's that, 40 minutes?
Go.
Over an hour.
Hey. Started. Episode 2.
Couple of men talking about the journey, do you know what I mean? Would you do the left?
Why did you come round? You come round the
Well,
south.
thank
3
you.
and 4, yeah, sweet.
Welcome back. TVI Podcast. Carl Donnelly here.
Julian Francis Deane.
Guest. Well, basically, it's election day. It's episode 240.
So we got,
we brought in the
Jack
big
in.
political
The reform candidate.
for Sutton East. No, we've got. We're bringing the big political guns.
Oh, yeah.
Jack Skipper, everybody, returning.
Can't wait to get into this.
Yeah, mate. We just
to unpack this.
Where do I start?
Yeah.
Take a clue.
Well, yeah. What it is? Have you voted yet?
No.
I haven't either. I was
No.
busy this morning. What's the vibe? You gonna vote later?
What Love Island you talking about? I'm going to vote, yeah.
Yeah. Are you gonna vote?
Oh, I feel bad, but no.
don't have
You
to
know,
say no
I've
for
I've
bad.
never voted.
People make you feel guilty for it, don't they?
I know.
Like, I
It
don't
also depends on where you like. I know people like there are people that would be livid if they hear you don't vote.
But only.
But if you
yeah,
live
but they
in
want
a-
you to vote for who they're voting for.
No, but also, then people, if they're politically aware enough, they can know that there is areas where you sort of can waste a vote. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna vote just because I don't mind. I like that. I quite like doing it. But I live in like one of the safest Labour seats in South London, so you know there is not a single chance
Yeah.
that the Labour MP won't win that election for, and you know, so like it is. I could not vote and it wouldn't
Yeah.
have much of an effect. I'm gonna just do it,
How do
but
you think about your own life, though? Like, I'm ignorant, right? So just put this out there. I ain't got a clue, right? I ain't got a clue. Just put it out there. Don't get people coming after me or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? 'Cause
look, cards on the table. I'm an
clue, mate.
absolute dumper.
but like,
I'm going to buy it. What's voting, mate?
yeah. But what it is, my whole life, I've had to work hard to have a lifestyle I want.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone I vote for will change that.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
So, do you know,
I
so
don't think
like,
it's that dramatic change.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Like,
So it's like if there's a party I could vote for where I could do fuck all and be rich,
Well, I think there's
then I'll vote
that's
for
it.
that. Do you know what I
I
mean?
suppose
But I can't-
that's why. But I suppose the argument is that those in that sort of middle camp who aren't on the bread line and aren't multi-millionaires, like
there might be big
the
changes
super
in
rich people
disability
want to vote for
or something.
conservatives
Yeah.
or whatever because you know they suspect that they'll pay less tax and things like that will work better in their favour.
Yeah.
People down right at the bottom, you know, should be aiming for a Labour if out of the main two parties
Yeah.
because they tend to be a bit better with public services benefits and stuff,
Yeah.
right?
What about
Everyone else in the middle has to basically make the decision on.
What about Farage? Do you like him?
No, I think he's an absolute
I
cunt.
just don't get it.
You voting, Jason?
Yeah, I'm going to vote.
Who for?
Where, what's
You
your
prefer not
what
to
borough?
say?
Do you mind asking what borough you're in or where you are?
I'm going to come on Mike.
Come on,
I'm
Mike,
in
mate.
Lewisham.
Lewisham.
And
Who have they
my-
currently got as an MP or what party?
It's Janet Darby.
Oh, she's good. She's good.
And she's...
You know,
Oh yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with Janet.
Love her older stuff.
some of her early work.
Don't get me
what
started on
party is
Janet,
she?
mate.
she's a Labour candidate.
Labour.
She's pretty safe.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm going to give her my vote.
Yeah. Yeah, so different. I mean, if you look at who's your local MP, you can actually check the percentages, and if you
Yeah.
see like if I think you don't have to feel too guilty about not voting.
I suppose with my upbringing and where I'm from now, I suppose I'm more used to the breadline than anything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I might be wrong again, but I just feel like it's never really affected. I can't really see how much it's affected
Yeah.
anyone.
Because everyone was
where I'm
really
growing up,
excited
you
when
know?
Labour got in '97.
But I know
weren't
that
they?
did. I noticed.
I was even
change.
excited. I didn't know what
Yeah.
was
But
going on.
I definitely found that I noticed there loads of benefits when that happened.
Really?
Well, yeah. So I was living in a council flat with my dad, I think, at the time.
Yeah.
And I found things got a bit easier benefit wise, and then he actually got back into work and like
Oh,
things.
really?
I just noticed there was definitely a shift in the country, and there was a lot of things that suddenly got
I
easier.
mean, that's
there
what
was
it's
things
for,
that-
isn't it? That's what should happen,
Yeah,
eh?
they spent
don't-
loads on education. NHS have never really functioned better than under that new Labour government in the first.
Is
sort
that
of
true?
40
Yeah.
Yeah. The amount of money they put into the NHS, waiting lists.
Is that because there
plummeted.
weren't that many bloody immigrants here?
I tell you what, it would change though. It would change the comedy scene though, innit? Because
Would it?
like as in
Where you
political.
could say racist stuff on stage.
yeah, well, finally.
But no, but
Unleash.
but no, if you actually had a progressive
Yeah,
government,
yeah,
which
what-
I'm not saying that this Labour government isn't going to suddenly be bloody, sort of. It's not going to be all dancing in the streets and flowers and everything. Everyone's
Yeah,
equal. But like, if a more progressive government actually came in and they were showing it, I suppose the argument is, what would all the comedians who are
They'd have
their
to
whole
moan
thing
about.
is being
Yeah, yeah.
angry about? Yeah,
Yeah.
where do they go? They're going to direct it at.
Yeah.
Maybe they have to start looking at themselves.
Maybe they'll have to write a joke.
It's like a thing as well. Like even young people, how young people are so involved in it as well, isn't it? Like young,
Yeah.
you growing up, like you see young people now going, "Oh, he's a Tory."
Yeah,
I wasn't calling people that when I was.
Nor was
I
I.
was calling you a bellend.
yeah.
Tory wanker.
Never clue what that meant. Do you know what I mean? I'll be slating people for it.
Same.
But it's funny. I've got quite a few mates I grew up with who have done really well for themselves. Like sort of got jobs, like got into good universities, and then end up getting jobs in like the city for like proper. They're doing proper big money jobs, right? And like all of them.
Are they happy though?
I mean, I've seen one of their houses. He's well happy, mate. But he is like, he grew up son of immigrants. Worked hard and all that stuff.
Oh, cool.
And he is now like, none of them have ended up being Tories. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The closest a couple of them have gone is Lib Dem. They vote Lib Dem, who are sort of economically a bit more conservative, but socially as liberal as like the Labour Party.
Yeah.
So there is a party for everyone.
But
If
I
you
don't think
actually,
because so again, right.
well, here we go.
I have to keep saying this.
We're just taking that as a given, don't we?
I don't get it. but all I'm saying, is this true though? Like I thought this, like you get like the middle or upper middle class, I'll say comedians for example,
Thank
you.
who are like going, get the Tories out. But hasn't that whole life been benefited by
I
their
know.
parents
It's
being,
weird,
like,
isn't it?
Tories?
Yeah, of course.
They've come
It's
from a world of
weird.
such privilege.
Oh, yeah.
Why do you
yeah.
want them out? Like
It's
only
weird, isn't
benefited
it?
you.
Trust
Yes.
fund people.
But they've
Right.
got, I suppose. Yeah, I know. I get it. I
Dad
think
bought them
that
a
is
flat in
often the case.
Knightsbridge,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're like banging on about.
It's like, oh, you poor, get them out.
Get them out! They're ruining my life. They're just going with the trend of what
Well, yeah.
is they think is what people want to
Yes.
hear.
I'm
think
so proud of myself. I've got 10 minutes and we've managed to maintain a political conversation.
I know. So
I'm about to faint.
we'll cut this all at the edit.
I'm done now. Can we talk about farts now?
So I've got a paracetamol. When can I talk about my cock?
All right. What else has been going on? So I went to the dentist this morning. That was that's why I haven't voted yet.
Yeah.
Have you been to the hygienist at the dentist?
No.
Where they just
What are you
dig
saying?
out.
That's why he's sitting so far away. Smelly bastard.
Have you ever been to a fucking hygienist, bruv? Jesus.
No, but it's the one where you go. They specialise in they just
Cleaning
dig
your
out all
teeth.
your gut. Like
Yeah.
they just like give you. It's like a MOT for your gums and teeth. It's a bit painful, but like it's a bit. Maybe I think
Afterwards, it feels good, does it?
No, during, even as a bit of pain. I feel like it's like the one
You get a
kinky thing I've
boner.
got.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not into any kinky shit. I'm about
Cleans
But you
things
do
out.
jack off
Ears.
in a dentist chair.
clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right actually.
Think like,
Cleaning what? Ears?
Ears get
I love the ear
Yeah.
stuff. I went to get my ear syringe the other day, but they couldn't do it because it was too. She said it was too clear. There was nothing in it.
Not even a brain. She was looking out the other side.
There's just a little. There's a.
Puts a cotton bud in it.
I can
Comes
see
out,
the wall.
pokes out there like that. Puts a pen through it. No, mate, you're all right.
A little bug crawls out.
It's like the colonic though, isn't it? I'd be up. I ain't had one, but
I
I'd be
know,
up.
I
yeah,
definitely
I'd
would
be
have
up
one
for
of
that.
them.
Just like-
Stick it in me.
I'll do it for you, mate.
Shake it
Yeah,
about.
back. Can you just put one down my throat as well? You're doing it.
Can you lick my nipples?
You do one down the throat and let the arse at the same time. If I just, with me on
What
all
if I
fours.
film this?
Can you film it? Just keep adding stuff, innit? How much?
Can I say mama while you do it?
So all those extras, what are we talking? Oh,
Well, no, I
God.
would generally like to do that to see what's up there, innit?
Yeah,
God knows what you find.
I did.
Oh, I lost that charger.
I got booked for I booked for a colonic, but I got there and I had the facial instead. I just thought
The wank on your face.
no, like an actual one.
Sorry. Remember that politics chat?
Thank God. Back
But,
home.
I honestly, I don't think I'll ever get to an age because I've had a facial once, but
I had one
I will
the
never be
other
able to
day.
say that word without laughing.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like it's mate, we went for
I
a
love having
couples
a facial,
one.
especially when they give you a little massage.
Oh my God, it's one of the best things ever. I don't really like massages. I'm not into them. Just like I don't know. Just get off me. But like
Yeah,
face
yeah.
stuff,
Sorry,
I love.
man.
I had a pedicure once. That was nice.
Yeah.
But
I had
like,
a pedicure once.
yeah.
It fucking hurt, man. I
yeah,
won't
that
have
hurt,
one again.
Man. They don't fuck about.
I was
do they?
screaming,
They're
man.
like shaving off the bottom
Oh
of your
my
feet.
god.
Hairy feet.
Shaving off. You know, like it's like when you change a fucking
Plaiting your
horse's
feet.
hoof.
Like combing your toes. Yeah, I won't have a pedicure again. I might have a manicure, but they're not pleasurable, are they?
I don't really need. You don't need a
No.
You know what I mean?
manicure.
I like a nice head massage or
I've had a couple of massages.
BJ.
And
nice BJs are nice, aren't they?
Yeah, I will say that. Yeah, I'm into that. I'm not into massages. I do like a BJ from time to
got
time
a,
or a hand job.
last day of a holiday, I got a head massage. The cheapest one they had, I had like, say I had 60 euros left.
Oh,
That's all I had.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
the cheapest massage. And it was an Indian head massage.
Were your kids hungry?
yeah. Daddy's getting a massage.
Got to use those euros.
You'll eat
Oh,
when we get
to
home.
the airport.
Daddy's stressed.
What's an Indian head
Well, this
massage?
is it, right? 'Cause
Why does
I-
it differ to other
I
countries'
assumed it
head
was just your head.
massages?
Well, what happened? She was like, she started massaging me, but she started with like the top of the shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
And so my brain was going, I wanted the Indian
Yeah,
head.
yeah,
I was thinking,
yeah.
I hope this isn't more expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
cheapest one.
So
So
you
the
get
whole
that more
time I was
stress.
stressed. The whole time.
Yeah,
I was thinking,
yeah.
oh no, this is a shoulder one.
I went for a massage. I got off the train coming back from Edinburgh. You know when you're all tense and stuff.
Yeah.
And I walked past this massage place in near Leicester Square. It was like a genuine one.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, one of them ones. Right.
Got a
Tell me
trans
where it is.
brass for a
What road is that
score.
on?
What a massage, big boy.
And this young boy, not really, no. But no, it was a proper one. And I went in there just for a head and shoulder massage. And they sat me in the window.
Hey,
You
come
know the
on.
chair thing is in the window.
Yeah.
You think that's just like a display, and I had to sit there, so my face is through, and I'm facing out the window.
In the busiest place in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
UK.
yeah.
This is on
Leicester
like
Square.
So people are walking past, looking at stuff, and my face is there.
All the M&M world bags. That goes, geezer.
It was the most unrelaxing thing I've ever done,
Oh,
man.
man.
Jesus Christ.
Have you ever done, what other ones? Have you done like flotation tank? You ever
I've
done
done
that
that,
one?
yeah.
No.
I like that.
Yeah, that was all right.
You got to be like, it's
I
pretty
rubbed one
weird.
out
It's
in
pretty
there.
sensory deprivation. You didn't.
I did.
You knocked one out.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man.
Not in there, but like in
Oh
the room.
right. Oh, that's. I mean, that's not all right. It's
Yeah, in
not
the
as
room.
bad
The
as I thought
family there were a bit worried. Not really.
No, I
It was
mean,
communal one.
it's a shower. It's a shower. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. It was
I thought
normal.
you
man.
knocked one out in the tank. So basically, it looks like a big
It's salt,
pod.
so you float.
And yeah, it's like about that deep, and it's just highly salted water, like
And
the
the
Red
lid
Sea.
it's a bit claustrophobic.
It's like a
Which one is it?
coffin
Is it the Red Sea
type.
or the Dead Sea?
Yeah.
Which one's the floaty one?
The Red Sea.
Okay.
I've been in the Red Sea as well. Have I?
Okay.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
And you get in it, and you just it's so
No one
salinated,
cares.
you float right, and you just basically, and then they shut the tank, and it goes totally full dark, no noise, and you're floating. So it's full sensory deprivation. You can't feel anything really, or
you
see
do go in
anything.
your own world, yeah.
And it's just like an hour in total pitch darkness, like you're floating in space. So it's
Sounds
not.
right.
It's great
Just you and
unless
your
you're
thoughts.
somebody.
Ugh.
Yeah, if you're somebody who doesn't like your own company,
Yeah.
it's literally the worst thing you could
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
do.
deal with that
It's
trauma.
hell
Yeah,
on earth.
I did them a few times.
Imagine
What
doing
else?
mushrooms and doing that or something.
That'd be
man.
awesome.
Be so long. It would take about. It would feel like 5,000 years.
Yeah, it might be a bit much, man.
Yeah.
Bit much.
Yeah, I'd quite enjoy that.
Should do it, man.
I feel like I'd do it.
Yeah. What other ones?
They've got one at London Bridge.
I've
That's the
done
one I
we've
did.
done ice baths and all that business.
Yeah,
You've done
yeah,
ice
yeah.
baths.
I've never done one.
Really?
Yeah. Have I? No, I don't think I have.
See, I like them. A proper one as well.
I feel great when I get out.
Yeah.
I feel
yeah.
giddy though because the blood pressure.
Yeah.
Like I've realised I can't lay down straight out because the room just spins round. I
Right.
need to kind of like just chill a bit.
Do you actually
walking
come away
around.
feeling better? You feel
Yeah.
better?
You feel like you've done a line of coke, especially if
do
you've
a line
done
of
a line of
Yeah, I
coke.
mean, yeah. You can do them in pubs.
Nicely warm, room temperature.
yeah. In the cubicle.
But I still do the cold showers every day.
I don't.
Every day.
I'd like to.
I've done it every day.
I
for like
splash my
3.5
face with
years.
cold after a shower.
You should do cold showers, man. It's
I
just
know, I
so
should
nice.
do.
Even if you just like do it, turn a shower on, and just wait for it to warm up. Just that initial.
That's a nice way to do it. I'm still just. I just prefer having a quick shower, getting
Yeah.
washed, and then finishing cold
Yeah.
for like a minute or two.
It is such a
It's so
male
lovely.
thing, though, isn't it? You're not Yeah,
What, cold shower?
Yeah,
Yeah,
women
yeah,
can have a
yeah,
nice
yeah,
hot
yeah.
bath with a bit of like
I
Magic
know.
FM.
Petals.
We've got to be
Yeah.
like, fucking come on.
Come on!
Just need to feel something. Just crying in a
Freedom!
Good for your mental health. You're like a fucking nutter.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
It's just, yeah,
We're all
absolutely.
nutters full of testosterone. Just want to
Yeah.
fight,
I know.
violence and
Yeah.
pillage.
Start a fight club.
I don't actually like a hot bath. I don't like sitting.
I
in the
love
bath.
a bath.
I can't do it.
Oh, I love
You
a
like
bath.
it?
Yeah.
I don't. I get a bit.
I don't have a bath, but when I'm at a hotel, I've been doing it. Yeah.
The only time I like it is if I have a whiskey in the bath. I can do that.
Yeah.
Really? I don't
Same
like
to
drinking.
me.
See, that's weirdly. I
Yeah.
love a bath. Don't like drinking in the bath.
Don't you want
Yeah.
another whiskey after it and then go out on the town and go mad that night?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
that's the beginning of your night.
That's all part of the
course.
plan.
Okay.
Should we start? Let's do some questions.
Yeah.
We've got loads of stuff going on in the group.
Yeah.
But we won't name any people. Like some people on there was a case of infidelity in the group. Somebody found out their partner was cheating.
Oh yeah.
I suppose there's no direct questions about it, but like I suppose how do you deal with that? Have you ever been cheated on? I mean, you have. We've talked about you
Yeah.
being the victim of that in the past.
Yeah. Oh God.
Have an ice bath.
How'd you
Sort
do
it
it?
out.
Come on, line of coke.
I just had a hot shower, mate.
No, but I suppose it is shit. There's no
Oh,
way.
mate,
There's no way
it's
of just accepting
fucking-
it.
Because
Yeah.
people say
You
it's just ego. That is really bad ego bruising. You
Yeah,
know
of
what I mean?
course.
It's like destroys you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but bad. It makes you because I understand insecurity. Like I get that thing of being
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
because that thing of someone's better than me.
Yeah,
It makes you feel like that. Doesn't
Yeah.
it?
I've never met anyone.
That's the. but that is the horrible. And the thing, I was actually thinking this, like, do you know, like, you see, like young people, like doing all that sort of stuff, cheating, and their lives are a bit messy. You know, it's like.
It's probably rampant more than ever.
Yeah,
now.
but like you're doing it like
I
when
don't know because you can't get away with it as much nowadays.
But I was just
There
thinking,
is
I've
that.
heard. No, but do you know what I mean? It's like in terms of social media and all that.
Yeah.
Like it's not the old days where you could have 3 families on the go. Do you remember the good old
Don't bring,
days?
Yeah.
don't bring me into it.
Because in my thing, like all I want is an easy life.
I
Yeah.
know.
Do you know anything
exactly.
like cheating and like
I know,
like,
all
do you know
that
what I mean?
hassle.
Oh, man, like, and if you're doing that stuff and you're like nearly 60, what are you doing, man? Like, why
Yeah,
are you
yeah.
running around cheating and like?
I know,
do you
I know.
what I mean?
Yes.
Like, what are you
It's
doing
so-
that stuff for, man?
It's not fun. It's just hassle as well.
Yeah. And
None
I've
of us
I've
doing it.
definitely been like in this. I'm talking years and years and years ago. I've been on both sides of it in terms of I've been the one who's like it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
relationship soured.
What a
Yeah.
way
And you're
for
off.
Hannah to find
You're
out.
off like sort of, and it's toxic for your brain.
Yeah.
But I've been the flip side. I've been the suspicious party as well.
Yeah.
And was you correct in your
I
suspicions?
think so.
Yeah,
This was
yeah.
I sort of I've always had suspicions.
When you saw the giant shoes in the hallway.
That bloke in the bed.
This isn't what it looks like.
Who is that? I've been
Let me finish and I'll go.
I've been meaning to bring it up. But who is Trevor in the bed? That bloke
Sorry,
in the bed.
darling, it was an awkward breakfast, but who's he?
Sneaky suspicion.
Can you pass the gravy, please?
But it is that thing. This isn't making like it's sort of undermining the seriousness of. But like
Yeah.
I remember like in terms of my mental health, doing it is as toxic for your mental health as being the party on the
Oh,
other side.
definitely.
I think in terms of recovering from it,
Yeah.
you recover a lot easier when you've been the one slinging it around.
Yeah.
The recovery period
it's
is
I don't think them-
quicker.
Them wounds heal either. I think it'll stick with you. Do you know what I mean?
But
It's
yeah,
not-
when
it's
you're
not-
when
Makes
you're the
you
one
a bit
who's
more distrustful of
Yeah.
the
but yeah, when you're the
world,
one who's been
doesn't it?
betrayed, that's
Yeah,
definitely that
'cause
will
it's a
stay with
proper
you longer.
betrayal, isn't it?
It's,
Yeah.
it's never anything I've been a part of or like experienced. But I just because I say I realise that as I get older, that's what the easy life. That's all I want in life. Just that
I
thing
think
where
that's what
life just flows.
I think that's what men want
and I
generally.
think, I love seeing
And
it. You're
women,
like
no doubt.
an older man who's been through it. He's had
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
chaotic
yeah.
life.
Don't bring me into it.
But there is like they're wise.
Yeah.
They've been
Thank
through
you.
it. They've calmed down and they have like advice.
Yeah.
I love that. I mean,
One of my worst ones was my girlfriend. I was like in my early 20s, and she left me for someone else. I was gutted, man. And it was raining out. I had to like leave the flat, and it was raining out, and like I was coming down off like pills and shit. Oh man,
God.
it's the worst I've ever felt in my whole life.
Yeah.
And she said to me, "Oh, look, here's a jumper." And she gave me a jumper. I put it on. It was like one of his jumpers. But it was way too big for me.
You smell like a real man.
Yeah, it was just so big.
Really high quality. Oh, man.
Cotton was just... This man was exquisite. This man had the finest tailor in London.
The sleeves are all hanging down on you.
But it was so big on me, and it was raining, and I was
Like,
so...
what's it? At the end of Big, remember when he turns back to being a boy and he's still got his suit on.
That was it. And I was just thinking, if this are his biceps,
Oh shit!
what's his dick like, man?
Oh man,
That's brutal.
yeah, it is. I mean, that's the thing. Yeah, you're the one who's going to carry that
Yeah,
way harder than
still
that.
now.
Her guilt about doing it. You know.
But
what
I
I
tell
mean?
you what, the worst things, like I said in the group, the worst things that have ever happened to me have been, like, in hindsight, I'm glad they
Yeah,
did.
yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
so glad that happened. You know what I mean?
Say you come through a bit deep, isn't it? But like you do come through. You learn from it. As long as you learn from it, you come
100%,
out.
yeah, and you-
Like,
And
yeah.
to pass that wisdom on,
Yeah.
that's a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you meet somebody who's been through something you've been through, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh mate, I've been through it."
But also
Definitely.
you learn
Yeah.
the things to avoid, to never to go for, like, you know, to
Yeah,
go for
yeah.
it. Like in terms of now like I'm happily married with a child.
Yeah.
Like you could not put a gun to my head and make me cheat. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Literally put a pair of boobs on my head.
Not a
And
gun,
I'll
but
be
give you a
like-
score late at night in Soho.
But like I literally would just be like, no, thank you.
It's just like the,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
have you done just the tonic Birmingham?
Yeah.
And you got it's like a strip, that road, isn't it?
Oh,
I
Broad
s-
Street.
yeah,
It's
oh,
the
I don't like that
absolute
road, man.
grotty.
Oh mate, it's like
The
I was
gig's
like,
alright,
get,
innit?
get me out of here.
So
Yeah,
many
yeah.
nice parts of Birmingham.
Yeah.
I love Birmingham. I think it's
Yeah.
a great city. There's cool
I just
hipster
park near
parts.
the Jurors Inn and just go.
But that road, man, is bad.
It's,
like,
it's
there's-
something you would like go towards as a young. You go, get in there.
Yeah,
you get
yeah,
older,
yeah,
get
yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck away from
It's
there.
just got a
and it's a
tackiness
real,
to it,
that's
innit?
a real British like city thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's almost like Dublin, Temple Bar. Like, I'm not saying British, but like in terms of this, the British Isles, as you
Yeah.
sort of rudely call them.
Yeah.
But like, you know, you go to Edinburgh, you got Cowgate.
Yeah.
You go to Glasgow, you got Sucky Hall Street. You go to Birmingham, you got Broad Street. What's the one in Glasgow? The Big Market. Fuck, have you been to the Big Market?
Nah.
Oh no, Newcastle, that one. It's
Newcastle's
Newcastle's
like
the
it,
big
innit?
market, and that one is I'd say Newcastle big market is the apex predator of those streets,
Yeah,
man.
I can't be doing it. It's like
It's
get me out of here as
chaos.
quick as possible.
Because it's
That's
not
like
even a street.
London ain't too bad, is it? Like the centre, the West End.
Well, because London's so big, there isn't one of those streets.
Yeah.
Because there's no point. It's all spread out, and that's why I think it's a nicer place to
I'll tell you, you can
just
you can
go
have,
out
like,
and drink.
You can have busy but nice though. It's
Yeah.
Not, the Joe is nice.
Vibrant.
Near you, Greenwich.
Greenwich is lovely,
All
yeah.
You've got like the Trafalgar, that little pub
Exactly.
down there.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
where I
yeah.
grew
Bit
up,
of a
right,
vibe.
right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like that's nice. I can-
Yeah, because Wimbledon used to be right. That strip in Wimbledon, like the Weatherspoons
Yeah,
down to like
yeah.
O'Neill's and all that, that was bad.
Yeah.
Wimbledon Village was nice.
Yeah.
Like, but even so, somewhere as nice as Wimbledon can have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's slightly been phased out now.
Yeah.
In London, like there was a few areas like that, but they're gone now, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is good because it's grotty, man.
Just want the calm.
Reading's got one. Remember the old Reading?
I just want
That
a
strip
coffee
used
shop.
to be a bit like that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Reading is a bit of a shithole.
I got a ticket at like 9:30 at night there. Recently doing the Reading just.
Oh,
in
my
time.
God.
You can,
Unbelievable.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a nightmare.
Yeah, like-
Parking is a
Who's out-
nightmare in
Who's out
Reading.
at that time? Saturday night, parking at
Parking's
Probably off
worse than-
duty. Just going to a bar and he sees you. He's like, "Oh, I'm
Parking's
giving him one."
like easier outside Buckingham Palace than Reading.
Yeah, for some reason Reading. Yeah.
Reading like 10 o'clock at night,
It is. I got a ticket.
and they're quite hard to read as well, aren't they? Like,
I didn't notice this. I was on the motorway home.
but
as
it's
well.
only about 20.
Flapping around on the windscreen.
I hate that when you notice it.
What's happened? What's happened? What is that?
Who's
Oh.
flyer in my car? Bloody flyers.
There's a quick follow-up question that's on this topic about relationships. What do you think about open relationships as a means to prevent cheating, for example?
Some people
And
I know
somebody's
it
added
works
if both
for.
partners are
I
aware
don't.
that it's open.
I don't think it's a bit of me though.
I
no.
don't
Not
think
a
it's
bit
a
of
bit
me. You've got to be.
at
I'm gonna say
all.
you've got to be completely so secure in yourself,
Yeah.
or just mental.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
I do know a couple
like-
that it works for though, that are genuinely really comfortable with
I
it.
know.
I think they like it. They like the
Yeah.
idea of it, and they talk about like.
Yeah, I
their
think you've got to put it
experiences.
in place early doors.
Yeah.
You know, I think if you've been together 10 years and one of you brings it up, you're like, come
Yeah.
on now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But like, if
Yeah,
both
yeah.
early,
I don't know how I
Yeah.
feel about
It's
that.
it's a hard one to backtrack from, isn't it?
Yeah,
Would you
yeah,
be
yeah.
up for? No, neither will I.
No, 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 no.
I just
Why
watched
did
Louis
you ask?
Theroux or
Oh
something.
no, just my mate. No, nothing.
But but like I think you've got to be. It's an early decision. You just got to like
Put it to the family
You've got to also-
over dinner.
Kids, what would you
How
think?
do you feel about mummy and daddy banged around?
But like there is, I know you've got to have strict rules in it.
Yeah.
I mean you've got to have the rules
Yeah.
that it can't be somebody we both know and things like that.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
Well, I
Well,
think
there's
some
a lot
people
of
do,
those kind of
'cause
rules.
I know
guess.
somebody, a comedian friend who was in an open relationship, but they'd been together a little while, and I think they were finding their lifestyles like were both. He was a comedian, and that shit like she worked in sort of a creative industry. There was a lot of traveling, and I think they just both found it like they were always suspicious of each other, and then they were like, look, if we're having that. Look, we like being together. We live together. Why don't we just see what happens if we?
The suspicions were correct.
But then they had rules like it can't be somebody you both know. And then basically, one of them
quite hard
misread it
rules.
Yeah.
and basically banged someone who like was literally the barman at their local pub that they went for like a roast. And they was like, no,
Bet
but I
she
thought you
did.
meant
Roast.
I thought you meant it was someone we both know. And it's like yeah, but. Yeah, I also
But this is what I'm
included
saying,
that.
though.
I can't now order my roast off that
Always.
geezer.
Because he gives me a little wink. She's a right guy, your wife, isn't she?
Give you some stuff.
Extra dripping.
So that's what I mean. There's always going to be so much grey area around the rules. It's
Yeah.
going to be
It's
so
never gonna
watertight.
work out,
For
is it?
me, I couldn't
Yeah.
live with
I
it.
think the rare people it can work for, but generally
I
it
don't-
doesn't, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you're suggesting it, probably the relationship isn't working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to tap other,
yeah,
you know what I
exactly,
mean?
yeah.
does
Puss,
feel-
I was
yeah.
going to say.
Yeah.
That's rude.
There was somebody who wanted us to name and shame British Airways. Did you see that story they put? It was mental.
Yeah.
Like literally, somebody's holiday was just destroyed by
The
British
holiday of a
Airways. They've
lifetime.
been saving up since COVID and everything for their
Yeah.
like finally they're going on a big family holiday.
Yeah.
And British Airways just totally fucked their flights on the day. They said, "Oh, this flight's getting delayed or whatever," and then they said, "We'll put you on a flight later," but then they're gonna have to spend like a day or two in Nigeria, and then
Jesus.
they were like, "But we only got 6 days on holiday," and then they were like, "All right, or it's a week on holiday," and then they went, "Oh no, the next flight we can get you on for direct is 6 days time." And they're like, "Well, our holiday ends the day after,"
Oh, wow.
and they just like they're not offering like full compensation for anything yet. It's like,
Fuck British
yeah, fuck,
Airways.
man.
Well, no, I
It's
got
fucking
an upgrade
brutal,
last time I
man.
flew British Airways, so
what happened?
Did you?
got an
Yeah.
upgrade.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh mate, that's
I
not
like
true.
British Airways are all right, man.
That's the opposite.
British
of
Airways
name and
sponsor
shame.
the
bad word
podcast.
said
Just for a bit
against.
of balance.
Oh, not
Over
here
to
it.
our sponsors, British Airways.
No, I mean I've not flown British Airways for a while. They definitely aren't as good as they used to be. Yeah, I mean British Airways when I was growing up were like the ones. One day I was like, one day I might fly on British Airways. Like
Yeah.
it looked posh, innit?
Yeah.
And then nowadays you get on it and they've got a whiff of like EasyJet vibes, man. Like in terms of the sort of the
Ryanair
the
feels
air
like you're on a
hostesses and all
megabus
that,
or something, though,
stewards.
doesn't it, man?
I did that.
I mean Ryanair is the absolute
Is that the
fucking
low-
gutter trash.
Yeah.
man.
Is EasyJet better than Ryanair, do you think?
Probably, but the only probably
Emirates
not
were
anymore
good when
actually.
I flew with them.
Yeah.
But all airlines are a bit shit now.
Qantas.
Like I think that weirdly, and this is not saying
why I
it's
use a
good, but the
private
Middle
jet.
Eastern ones now tend to be the best ones.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
mostly because they've got so much oil money
Well,
behind
I-
them.
And
But
also, they're
I-
not going to have terrorists on, are they?
I've done it. I've done one of the airlines.
There's
twice
no
this
chance
week.
of that.
And I did that same thing as you, the Dubai ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I had to do a stopover so it didn't go direct. I
Oh,
had to stop over somewhere, Jordan,
okay.
and that was bad. That was a bad experience because they didn't. You had an hour to do the connecting thing, and they just sort of like get off,
yeah,
and no one's telling you where to go. And we was at the
Yeah,
back
yeah.
of this big queue, and I went right up the front. And I was like, mate, I'm just saying that my flight's in like half an hour.
yeah.
And I went, just can't, and like, the whole plane sort of followed me because we would have just been standing there.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It was a bad. I don't like flying anyway. I generally,
hate it,
just don't, I
man.
don't like. I
Nah.
hate it. I really don't like it.
What, the hassle, or are you scared it's going to crash?
I don't
no.
like being in the air because it's scary,
I just-
but
I-
it's
I-
just hassle.
2 hours to Spain, I'm happy. Anything over that, it's just I find it hassle. I
I
find
don't
it
mind
annoying.
it.
Same, man.
So I
Yeah.
quite like the flights to and from Australia.
I feel
There's
exhausted.
something I
afterwards.
like being trapped in a thing when no one in the world can talk to me. You know, I'm just with
Yeah.
my family. Like, you know, I can't look at my phone. All that stuff. I just find it
I
like.
bet there's Wi-Fi on those planes, isn't there?
I think I ain't gonna buy a Wi-Fi on a plane. Am I?
I did.
I tell you what, movie selection though, I'm happy.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
If it's something like that, if I got like 3 films,
that's
where
what I
I think,
mean.
oh, that's alright.
I don't get a
But-
chance to watch loads of films.
Yeah,
so
see,
now
I've
I
not had
do.
that, though. I've had like it's like
It's the only time I sit and watch a film on my own, actually.
yeah, because it's like the latest Aquaman film. I'm not interested. in
No,
it.
I'm not. But I
Yeah.
wouldn't
Do you know what I
watch
mean?
that
It's-
anywhere else other than a plane.
Yeah,
Just because at
exactly.
least, you know, if you're
Yeah.
trapped,
You
you'll
can't watch
something.
sad films on planes. They're a bit sadder, aren't they,
I
if you're
like
on a
that.
plane?
I like a sad flight on a plane. So I'm just going to see what question we're going to do next. Here we go. Congratulations, you're the new Prime Minister of the UK with a whopping majority. What's the first law you change or introduce to make your personal life more comfortable?
My personal life, I'd get petrol prices down.
Okay.
That's like a real.
That's a big
That's
one
a
for me.
proper joke.
Oh, is this a joke?
I put more money into the NHS.
I'll just read my manifesto, shall I?
Get out. Forget what this bloody podcast is, mate. It's a comedy podcast.
My answer is, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just like,
I don't know
I
either.
don't know. Just
I don't really find. I mean, again, mine would be boring ones like transport. Like, I just think trains are always fucking delayed. Like, take trains back into like public ownership. Make them run properly. I know it sounds.
Would they run better in public ownership, do you think?
Well, I think hopefully, because obviously they wouldn't just be sort of asset stripped and people taking all the profits out for their shareholders, isn't it? You'd think if all the money that was going into it was being spent on the actual trains rather than.
Sometimes, though, companies competing against each other is good, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's provenly not for trains, is it? They've got worse and worse over the last 20
they've never
years.
been worse, man.
Like, literally, the amount of times now, why do they always do the building works on fucking Sundays? The days when everyone isn't at work and actually could travel on it. Like,
I suppose that's the least amount. That's when people like the least amount of commuters.
I forget that I don't have
That's
a day
why
job. That's me being all right. This one's for
just
my
answering
personal
why
life.
they do
Do
Sundays.
the work on Mondays when everyone else is going to fucking work.
What kind of
Roadworks.
can't they do it on Monday at 9 a.m. when we're all in bed?
Roadworks.
Yeah, that really does.
Because I don't have a car. I got rid of my car 10 years ago. I've never been happier to not own a car because I just hate driving. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I can drive and I can hire a car if I need one. Last weekend, we were going away for the weekend. I hired a car from. It's such a dad rant from South London, right? Tooting. We were driving to Leicestershire, and to visit some friends, and it took me 2.5 hours to get from Tooting to the bottom of the M1.
Oh, that's right.
2.5 hours.
What time did you leave?
11 a.m.
Yeah.
That's
for me. That it does. There's nothing you can do about it. It does bore me. I did a gig for Anglia Comedy in a nice theatre.
Alex.
Yeah, that was nice. And but on the way back on the motorway, and everything went into single lane, and it was there for ages. And there was even a sign that said, "We are working here. You just might not be able to see us."
Oh, fuck no.
So that's like, no, you're just not working.
No, I need to see.
I put it on stage next to
that
that
sign. Yeah.
I am telling jokes. You just can't hear or see.
But I mean, everywhere is the whole country is basically like roadworks on every road.
Proper. It does.
But is it ever gonna get fixed?
I mean, a road is a road, isn't it? Like, what do they need to do to a block of concrete on the floor?
I don't know if there's much truth in this, but
the budget
thing.
Yeah,
you heard that? They've got to spend the budget.
Oh my god,
They have to hit that budget again, or they get less the next year.
Just buy some new fucking diggers.
If you don't need it, don't use it. Get less next year, innit? What do you want? Why do you want more next year?
Yeah, and sometimes always when they've dug up a bit, put the temporary lights, and it's like we can both fit down there.
Oh man,
That's really annoying, isn't it?
There's some temporary lights in Mitcham that are doing my head in so hard. Like, just you get like there's
some lights last for about an hour as well.
You're
like, dude,
I swear to God, man, the buses were like there was no. I went to a bus stop to get a bus, and there was like normally there's one every 2 minutes. There's 5 buses that come past this stop, right? But all of them have to come past this one bit of roadworks that is 300 yards up the road. And I was at the bus stop for 20 minutes, right? And then 8 buses at once all came. It's not even that thing of you wait for one and 3 come. 8 It's too many buses, man.
Do you ever get this feeling as well? You know, when you're at the front of temporary lights and you're at the red light and there's nothing going, and you can feel the guy behind you going, "Go, you pussy!"
Yeah. I'll just go if it's fucking 8 minutes, man.
When was this? It might have been last Sunday. I was at some temporary lights, and there was a bunch of us, and there was just a mutiny. Like the light, there was no one at any of the others, and it was red, and like it was red for about 4 minutes.
Yeah,
and
it's too long.
And the guy in front just went, "Fuck it," and we all just went.
I give it 3 seconds, and I'm flooring it.
Right, we're all going down
that's
together.
That's when you see a lorry coming towards you.
Yeah. 7 people
angry
dead.
At that point, I'm just driving straight into it, just kill myself. Yeah, that was. I mean, that is. I do think. Like, it made me realise why some, when there's all them stereotypes about like black cab drivers being angry. Like, no wonder if you're driving around London all the time, they must have the highest blood pressure.
Well, my dad's one, isn't he?
Is it? Yeah. Does he still do it?
Angry
man.
Man.
He lives for the anger though. So, I mean,
I went to do the knowledge once.
I told that, yeah.
I know.
But he loves it. It sort of like it energises him. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Sadiq Khan. Energy. He loves to hate him.
Charging him up. Yeah. It's like a
It's
battery pack.
Yeah, he
for him.
needs it.
Just show, he's a bit tired. Just show him a picture of Sadiq.
Yes.
Yeah. Gets him out of bed in the morning.
It does.
He's got puts the shelves up, gets things done. You know what I
And
mean?
literally everything is his fault as well. It's like it could be anything. Like I mean,
makes me
it's like,
laugh, man.
fucking shit, they can't, man. It's like,
Yeah.
because
yeah.
they run out of bread.
Yeah.
Although with the London Roadworks, I will say,
Yeah.
he needs to sort that out.
Yeah.
Here we go. Have you done any comedy gigs for kids?
I've done some, yeah.
Yeah, I have.
No.
I didn't like them.
No.
I've done a few of those baby gigs. They were all right.
Baby gigs, all right.
I turned up to one though, and they said, "Oh, by the way, they're like 8 or 9 year old."
What? That's not
I'm like,
allowed.
"That's not what we got booked for."
I think if you agree to do a comedy club for kids, that is fine and it's
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
but
but I
I did
didn't.
I did a festival gig maybe last year before, and it was like I was on stage at like 9:30 p.m. and it was in like Essex.
Yeah.
And I got there. I was on a Saturday night, and I got there. And Rich Wilson was hosting the Friday and Saturday, and I got there at like 9 p.m. And backstage he went to me, "Just so you know, mate, I was going to message you. I forgot to, because last night it was basically like doing comedy club for kids.
Yeah.
Because all these parents have just basically they come, they drink beer at the back of the tent, let all their kids sit up the front. They were age ranging from like 5 to like 12. And I thought it was a joke. And then I watched the act before me go out to about 100 children at 9 p.m. And then the kids are just mental and running around, and the parents were all just watching it at the back of a few beers. And like, it was one of the worst gigs I've ever done.
Awful.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
my kids are coming up to Edinburgh for a bit with me this year. So I wanted to introduce them to their first sort of stand up.
How old are they?
8 and 10.
Well, yeah, I mean there are, but there's
Are
loads.
they going to watch your show?
There's going to be loads of.
It's not
There's
child
loads
appropriate.
of shows for that age range. That's the
Yeah.
thing about Edinburgh. There's something
Yeah,
for
I went
everyone.
I was even thinking
I
if
took
I
my
see
kids
like
to the
a-
Gruffalo and like there's loads of stuff
I was
to do.
thinking like if there's like like a decent one-liner comic or something that's
Mark
not
Simmons or
something like that.
someone.
Yeah, I'd like to just introduce them to.
Yeah.
Because I think
And
they'd enjoy it.
There's loads
Yeah,
there
yeah.
are comics that will be
Yeah.
absolutely happy for them.
Just a clean comic they'd
Yeah.
enjoy,
Yeah,
wouldn't they?
yeah.
And I think that just like because they hear about what I do, but they don't know what it is.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
just
yeah.
to get them used to
They
being.
don't really
there.
get a real sense of it from watching you.
And the
do
thing is,
it.
I might say, but like 8 and 10, they do that. They are.
Well, if you had a really
developing it.
bad gig,
Yeah, I know, yeah.
they'd think that's what you do.
Yeah,
Oh
they do,
my
yeah,
God.
they
What's
used
your
to.
dad do for a living? He just like does.
Just stands and talks to
While people are
sad people.
quiet. Yeah.
He goes all dry in the mouth on stage
just throw things at him. I don't
and
know.
he speeds up.
But
He stands there and people shout your shit at him. That's for 20 minutes. It's weird. It's a
weird
weird job.
That's what I do. but they are that age level. They are developing a sense of humour.
Yeah.
And they get it. Like they watch The Simpsons now.
Yes.
And
Oh,
they,
so good.
and they laugh at the bits in it. And they, I can have a laugh with my son. Like
The Simpsons
you
is
know.
funny for
Yeah.
like we were in a coffee shop, proper hipster coffee shop in Brighton, and they just had a TV showing The Simpsons in the corner, just as
Yeah.
a hipster coffee shop
Yeah.
would. And Twyla's only 4, and she's watched it for about 5 minutes while we were waiting. She was like, she found it funny. Like
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it is. I forgot how
And it's good.
universal
It's
that
like
show
well written.
is.
There's like jokes in it. There's
Yeah,
like,
That's the
yeah,
best
yeah.
thing ever written, probably, man.
It's
The
brilliant,
Simpsons.
and it's so accessible, isn't it, to everyone?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, there's something for everyone in there, and I think there's that thing like it's in you develop like a comedy DNA, didn't you? Like when you're growing up around it,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
watching
yeah.
it, absorbing it, you
Yeah,
learn
yeah.
what funny is. But I was actually watching my boy at sports day the other day, and he's quite quiet around the kid, but then I actually saw him in his like school environment. He didn't know I was watching.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
It was
yeah,
really
yeah.
interesting because he's a bit of the class clown. A bit
See him
like I was.
bullying everyone.
Yeah, like, go on. But it was that he was like there was like the sports day this year was a bit different. They had like stations. We had like a penalty shootout station.
Oh,
They go to like
okay.
a hurdle station, and it was like so. I really could relate to this. Anything that he could do, he was good at.
Yeah.
He'd take it seriously, and then
Everything else.
he'd just sabotage it.
That's
Yeah.
fair
Ju-
enough.
Yeah, I mean, just start
Yeah,
taking
yeah,
the piss
yeah,
out of
yeah.
everyone. I was like, this is exactly what I would do.
Yes.
Do you know what I
Did you
mean?
take part in a race?
No, I didn't have that. Thank God.
Why
have
didn't they?
They weren't a thing. There was just literally just stations. Like,
Ah.
the parents would just stand there
Okay.
and watch. So I spent the whole time just avoiding conversations. with
Yeah, yeah,
other
yeah.
parents.
Standing on your own.
Right, let's have a look at this question. Mike says, question for the pod. When we saw you at the Fringe last year, Carl Donnelly, the one and only Jack Skipper was in the audience at the Yurt. What's it like when other comics come to your shows and audience members? Is it off-putting? Do you even notice? Do you ask for their opinion afterwards? I don't. If it's mates, I'm always quite. It's nice a mate
Yeah.
coming to your show, but I will say I've had it before where I've gone out and there's like a comic who's I'm not matey with is there like
Yeah.
quite a few times.
I didn't know you were my fan.
Well, no, and you do suddenly be like, part of you goes, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah.
Like it just feels odd. I don't know why. Even though like, of course they just like going to see stand up. They can go see any show they want. But I always somehow it hits some weird little self-esteem thing in me that's like, are they just coming because they think it's shit, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I've got this. I've sort of thing. Yeah.
They've heard his words gone round on the WhatsApp group.
Yeah. You should see Cole's show, man. Fucking hell.
I want to see someone die. This is a great.
Yeah, but that's I don't know where that comes from. I know some people. That hate.
I went to saw your show before I knew you, really. Yeah.
But like Jimmy
for
McGee,
that reason.
Jimmy McGee hates other comics coming.
Does it?
Because comics don't laugh though.
But some do.
They do at my show. Yeah. Yeah, it's just different shows.
Just the audience. They laugh at you bombing.
They laugh at me. They say that's my bit.
Yeah.
Well, you can't do their bits though if they're in the audience.
Yeah, you got 1 minute's worth of material.
Just quickly wind it up. Start doing some improv.
But I've got that thing where now, like, I haven't gigged in front of everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I do get that thing where if you're in a green room, and maybe they've heard of me, but don't. And they go, "Oh, I'm going to come out and watch this." I do feel a little bit of that pressure of.
Please don't.
Yeah. And then,
I prefer it if the promoter's not there, even if like you've gigged for them for years.
You prefer it if no one was there.
Yeah. But when the promoter, I'm not there. I just get in it. It's like a little bit of a relief.
It's like the old Comedy Store thing of like and it doesn't really happen anymore. But it used to be when you played the Comedy Store, the first thing all the comics would say when they walk into the dressing room is "It's Don in," like that.
Yeah.
It was this thing of if he was in, there was just this weird added pressure.
Yeah.
I don't really think you get that anymore.
I don't mind now, but
I do think it affects your act though if you're trying to please someone or a certain audience. Just be you, just be authentic. If you're trying to tailor it to think, what do they want? You just look shit.
I remember doing the stand in Edinburgh and Simon Munnery, Stuart Lee, and what's that other guy? One of their other guys was in the audience, and I was like, fuck, man. And just before I'm going on stage, I had to get in my head, fuck them, almost like resenting them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I had to go, fuck them, who the fuck, you know what I mean? Who the fuck are they? And they get on, and afterwards they were like really nice, but like I had to get it out of my head. I couldn't do it to think, because I've done it before. I remember Kitson being in the audience once, and I'm like, he's gonna like this, and I just didn't have a good one. You know what I mean?
You've said that in your head, though, innit?
Yeah.
That's what I think as well.
But I'm not like, I don't know. It's just a feeling he's gonna like it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think that thing as well. Like, have reviewers in from day one, innit? So it's like you're not like.
Don't be.
Like, just no. So you're not unaware. Just
you're gonna read reviews.
I mean, I don't care. Like, just have it. I'm gonna try and do it. As best I can.
Well,
you
shouldn't. Yeah, you shouldn't. Why do you need to know if they're in?
Yeah,
what are you going to do?
Tonight.
Yeah.
You should do it better every night.
I'm going to do the good show tonight.
Yeah. Sometimes, for me, I've only done it twice, Edinburgh, like an hour. Like the first couple of shows were almost the best. The energy, you know what I mean? It was fresh. I was nervous.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Like the last, there was a few in the middle where I'm just like, phone. I just wanted it done, man.
Yeah.
Because you're doing it is your debut show, isn't it?
Debut, yeah. I've done. I was up there for the month when I was doing a compilation.
Yeah.
Where are you doing the show?
Pleasance Courtyard.
Baby Grand.
What time?
Pleasance Courtyard, Baby Grand. What time?
8:20.
8:20 a.m.
Yeah.
I can watch the first half of your show and then just run out to mine.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, make a commotion as you do it.
Yeah.
Shout shit.
This is shit. If you want to see some comedy, leave with me now. Come see the show in 10 minutes.
Just throw your flyers, scatter them everywhere.
So you're both near each other then.
Yeah, we're in
similar
the
time.
But I'm at 9.
That's good. You'll definitely see each other every day.
I'm actually looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it as well.
I like it. I genuinely. It comes out. I'm the same as comedy with politics, sort of ignorant to stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just like
keep it like that.
Do you ever do that when you're in a green room and everyone's like? I mean, I'm not saying I do get nervous at some things, but you ever been at a gig where it's like quite high stakes, and you don't realise it is?
Yeah.
And everyone else is nervous. You're like, it's fucking a gig, isn't it?
I know,
And you go, you do better because you're not in that. Do you know what I mean? That's when I did that. When I won that award at Leicester, I didn't realise there was a chance to win. I didn't know there was
the best way.
I didn't know there was a competition element. So I was just like, just kind of a laugh, innit?
Yeah.
It works, doesn't it?
Have you had any like celebrities in an audience you've done when you've done gigs?
I don't know.
I suppose saying that other comics in, like, depending on how well known they are, what I've found, it can be distracting for the audience.
Yeah.
You know, at the Fringe, often like Jimmy Carr's out seeing loads of shows, or it'll proper like if Kitson's in a gig.
Yeah.
You know, there's like comedy nerds are like, oh my god, it's Daniel Kitson, like.
Yeah.
So I think it can. That's the only thing that I sometimes don't like about it is if there's a if there's-
celebrity comics, you mean? Like,
or comic or anyone.
Like a famous.
I struggled once in front of Ben Shepherd.
Oh, really?
Ben Shepherd from GMTV.
Yeah, it was. I did a gig, and who else was there? Tubes from Soccer AM.
Right.
It was in a golf club. It was like a charity thing at a golf
yeah.
club, and it was there. Who else was there? Thomas Turgoose.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Very good friends with Lloyd Griffith,
Yeah, yeah.
weirdly. I think
But
I
it was
met
that-
them together once
it was like
somewhere.
It was like a thing. It was like a charity auction thing, and it was like, now Jack Skipper to talk about himself. It's got
really?
nothing to do with golf
Yeah,
or the
yeah.
charity.
He's
Just a man.
Telling some man you don't care about. Telling some stories.
Everyone look at this man
Stop eating.
for a
Stop
minute.
eating. Stop eating. Stop. Stop enjoying yourself. Stop. Stop.
Yeah. Just listen to this guy.
Round of applause for this man.
Oh, shit.
Ben Shepherd, look.
I remember. How long we got left? Sorry, Jason. What? How long?
46.
Oh, we've still got a bit of
Yeah,
time. Sorry,
yeah.
I didn't realise we started late. I was worried we were about to overrun. We're going to run out of stuff to talk about. I once went on stage at the Fringe, my debut year, 2009, and this is not a big celebrity, but I got so starstruck because I fancied her so much. Denise Van Outen
Oh yeah.
was sat in the gig,
Yeah,
and like she was like my dream
What year was this?
woman. This was
2009.
2009, yeah. And like I could see her. She was lit.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I remember just being on stage thinking, I cannot have a bad gig,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Like, you know, in my head I was like,
How
I'm
did
gonna
it
marry
go?
her.
Yeah.
It went really well. Me
Fucked.
Give me a bognosh afterwards.
Raw dogged her in the
Old
cellar.
fashioned bognosh, mate. No, but I
Raw dogged her in a porter cabin on the
boggnosh her in a
meadows.
cave.
Chased her through the meadows.
Oh God! No, but because she was with one of the promoters from the venue, and so we all went for
Was
a
her
drink
boyfriend?
afterwards. I don't know where her boyfriend was.
No.
I think,
Who was
at
her
the
boyfriend?
time, she was married to the guy from that show she did about the Jason and Technicolor Dream.
Didn't she
Co.
do
Oh.
Gogglebox with him?
I don't know.
Yeah, that guy.
I saw a one woman play with her in it, yeah.
Who was in it?
Her. I think it was, let me think of the cast.
Yes.
So yeah, I did the Grou Show the other night, didn't I? So
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't know. As I walked through the front, you can't say who. Can you see who you see in private members?
Would you
clubs?
know what?
Yeah.
If we're at 46 minutes, we're actually gone into
You
the
can say
patron
it.
segment, so this one won't be
It's not that
public.
big, but it was like I think like Ian Hislop.
Oh,
was
yeah,
knocking
yeah,
about.
yeah.
I saw him on a train once.
Yeah.
Just like a little troll, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't understand. Yeah, he's well political, isn't he? Him.
Yeah.
I was
yeah,
in the
yeah.
Grou
Gets
Show
it.
Club for the first time a couple of months ago. Yeah, it's a nice place, isn't it? I
Yeah.
want to do the gig there. Do you get the membership for the year?
Yeah, yeah,
You'll have to give me their deeds.
yeah. Well,
It's-
you can sign people in as well. You
Yeah,
just go
yeah,
and hang out. And just
Yeah,
do-
yeah,
I used to go there a lot. So
Nice
my,
place
my,
for a morning coffee.
my
Yeah.
ex, not my ex-wife, but my ex who was in between, was she went there all the time. So when
Yeah.
we were together, I was there. You know, and it was that thing of like, you know, I'd always had quite judgy thoughts about the Grou Show.
Yeah.
And actually, I think I've been there with like good crews. And it's actually a
Yeah.
nice place. Because all I just remember in its heyday, you know, you'd see photos in the sun, innit?
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
was all like Amy Winehouse and
yeah.
like Noel Fielding all rolling out of there,
Yeah.
coked off their heads.
Well, I like that thing where there's like you get like whispers, rumours.
Do you know who's in?
Yeah, yeah. Do you know what I mean? And,
I like it because it's in the busy Soho, and it was quite quiet
And
when
you
I
go
went
and
in
you get
there.
a table, yeah. You
Yeah,
sit at the bar. Like,
and
it's
it's-
actually, that's the best thing about them members bars. Everyone's got an idea about them. Actually, it's not the reason that celebrities go there isn't because it's exclusive. It's because
Yeah.
you can literally get a table
Yeah,
at 1
yeah,
a.m.
yeah.
in Soho.
And but this is the thing. I was saying this. Like, I'm 36 now, and if I would have started comedy when I was like if I was a young comic, I would have fucked it.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah,
would have
yeah.
been impressed by everything. And
Same.
And
Right,
brought
yeah,
in.
yeah, yeah,
But now
yeah.
I'm older. Like I'm not.
Flexing.
I still get a bit starstruck myself. But I don't really give a
Yeah.
shit as much.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I
I
mean?
couldn't
get
care
it.
less.
I'd get it. I went to the premiere of that new Guy Ritchie series, The Gentleman.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that was that like because it's like outside of comedy, and it was like seeing a few seats behind me, David Beckham.
Bloody
Yeah,
hell.
And that is like one of them ones where you're like,
Yeah, yeah,
fucking
yeah,
David
yeah.
Beckham. Like Ray Winston was there, and they're like heavyweights, aren't they? Like,
Yeah.
proper like, oh look at that. And
Yeah,
that was-
yeah, yeah.
So then I do get starstruck by them sort of things.
Yes.
But I also get it with other comics. I still get it where it's like, and I don't want to. I'm never. Mate, can I get a quick photo? Because I do get. I don't want to do it in the green room.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have to wait till it feels organic. I do feel
Yeah,
awkward
yeah,
about
yeah.
going. Can I get a photo, mate?
Yeah.
I do. I do want to. Actually, about Harry Hill, he was all right. He got a photo with me.
He's lovely.
Yeah,
He's lovely, Harry
yeah,
Hill.
yeah.
Isn't he? I've done a few gigs
Yeah.
with him recently. I haven't gigged with him for years. Like,
was-
but
he was
he was one of the first comics I ever saw live.
He was doing this thing where he was wearing. He had about like Air Force One trainers, but he had them like sort of like size 20. But the thing
He's
he
great.
didn't mention it. Just walk around.
He must have had them made.
Yeah,
eh?
I think he did. Yeah,
Yeah,
It's that sort of thing. It was just daft and funny. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's,
Yeah, I met him the first time earlier this year.
He's
Yeah.
quality. Really, really good guy.
I remember like this wasn't starstruck because the event was I was at a funeral, but I ended up like I ended up sort of at the afters of a funeral, what of a wake, and I ended up sort of buddying up a bit with Matt King, who was Superhands in Peep Show.
Oh yeah.
So he was so like and so we were both close mates with this, but then we were sort of never met each other,
Yeah.
and we just had a real little like. End up in a garden just smoking fags together, just sitting around, just talking. It was like,
It is
and there was
quality,
a little part of me was like, oh my god, this is Superhands.
Yeah, yeah.
What was he like?
He's lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he like the character a little bit or not really?
Not really. Not really.
He looks a bit like
he does
him.
talk and look like him. Yeah. But it's no.
I
Yeah.
do think though, especially with the comedy circuit, I've realised like now like you're sort of playing. When you meet like the big boys, the famous
Yeah.
comedians.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, they're all sound.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
The,
yeah.
no, the
It's-
biggest
it's-
arseholes you meet are in the early days.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it. That's
yeah,
where the
yeah,
egos are,
definitely.
isn't it?
Definitely,
100%,
man.
Yeah.
Like some of the most
That's where the
famous comedians.
mental people are, though,
Yeah.
on the open mic.
Yeah. I would say America's slightly different. I think some of the big guns over there have real big egos, entourages, and all that. But the
Yeah.
biggest ones from here don't have. We seem to have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Literally, they're all just normal
I
people.
hate when like sort of like open micy sort of, and you get like especially areas, and you get like the little circle,
The clique.
and it's
No
scrappy,
moody.
and there's like
Yeah,
feuds on Facebook.
It's
Do you know what I mean?
God.
It's so dumb, innit?
It's horrible.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like if you weren't wasting your energy on this,
I know.
Yeah.
Just write a
you
joke,
could, you
man.
could be doing so much better. Do you know
I
what I mean?
know.
They get sucked into it.
But
Yeah.
they're all experts as well
Yeah.
on everything. It's like,
and
shut
the way they
up,
sort of
man.
like promote each other's like shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know.
So, this is the thing, though, isn't it? If sometimes, like, so I always think this, especially when I do like quite a lot of social media. Fair enough if you've got something to promote in a way where, like, could you promote a show for me? I'll say it like that. I get that. It's
Yeah.
like, other people won't see it. But if someone's created something and they go, "Can you share it?" It's not an organic share.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
People need to feel compelled to go.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah,
watch
yeah,
this.
yeah.
If you just share it, it ain't gonna really make
No.
a difference.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? It's-
Yes, and also I think often there's a little campaign, isn't there? Like sometimes I've had mates do it when I've just
Yeah.
released my thing.
Yeah.
Can you share it? And they're getting everyone to share it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people follow loads of the same comedians. If they see everyone sharing it,
Yeah.
You
they-
know
they'll-
that there's
suddenly
been a
there's
WhatsApp.
cynical like,
Yeah.
hang on,
Yeah.
this feels like it's.
I mean, that probably is a little bit of that where it's like because sometimes I've found with social media, it's like like the DFS effect thing where it's like you don't watch a DFS advert and go, oh, I'm going to buy a sofa.
Yeah,
If you want to buy a sofa,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
it's
yeah.
that sort of thing. So sometimes it's that thing where because someone might put out a special. I've done it before. Oh, I want to watch that, and I just don't.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, that happens to me every single time.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Oh, yeah,
I've
sounds
done that
good.
so
I'm
much,
not-
man.
I'm
Or
not
I
gonna
watch
watch it.
10
Yeah,
minutes
yeah,
of it, really enjoy it, and just don't finish it.
Yeah,
though.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm like, but if you can just remind people that something's on.
Yeah, you've got to keep in front of people, ain't you?
Yeah.
I guess like Coca-Cola still advertise. Everyone knows them, doesn't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah, and I think I think it does work for some people. Like when you see some comics out there, and their YouTube
Hustling.
thing it gets a lot of views. I
Yeah,
think a lot of that is for you to.
it
have
does
to
work.
share,
100%. Yeah.
It's a fun because you don't want to spam people with.
Well, that's what often I think
You
they
can't
should
say
stagger
no
it a bit
either.
more,
Yeah,
'cause it does
yeah.
feel a bit spammy, doesn't it? When
Yeah.
you just see constantly every single person you know is sharing the same person's thing, and it's like
Yeah.
because it's just been released that day, and it's like if you
Yeah.
just stagger this over,
Yeah.
get a few mates to do it on the first day,
Yeah.
some next week. You know what I mean? Then it just doesn't feel as
There's a mad thing,
inundated.
innit? Online. And I would say I've been doing it for like a while now, like constantly posting. I still ain't worked it out.
No,
Yeah,
I mean, because it's always changing as
Yeah,
well.
and it's,
isn't it?
it's that thing of just like, it's so similar to stand up in a way where it's like, like your best bits are things that just land
Yeah,
in your
yeah,
head.
yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean, it's that same thing of like, just wait and it will happen, and you'll
Yes.
and you'll have something that goes off online.
How many
Yeah.
videos do you do a week? You're still on it. Like you did it every day for a year, didn't you?
Yeah, I did that. But it's sometimes it's like this though. Like I get in that creative open mode where things just land. in
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
And always the best stuff is always like stuff that's current.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
can-
yeah.
if you, and it's like a good way to like you go. It's like I do this thing where it's like, how am I feeling today? What's happening today?
Yeah,
And then generally it's a small island
yeah,
where everyone is generally feeling. If you can nail the observation or nail something that everyone's thinking,
It's
it's,
so
it's,
true.
it's just, you're just getting into that into the way
Yeah.
the way they're thinking.
Yeah.
And they're always like the best ones because it just happens actually. But sometimes I'll still do the thing where something doesn't go well, and I think, oh fuck, I need to think of a better one than that.
Yeah.
And that tanks, and you're in this spiral.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. They
And
get
it-
worse and worse and worse. You've got 0 followers.
It happens, man. But I've got that black and white thinking though. I do it. That thing where it goes, I go like one will fail. I go, well, that's all.
That's it,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
I might as
yeah,
well
yeah,
Back to the
get back in the
carpet
van.
thing. Yeah.
Get the tools out.
Exactly what it's like. I've been working on it with a therapist. I'm getting better.
Have you heard anything about this? OnlyFans have started doing comedy. Yeah.
They released it, didn't they?
Well, they've
Yeah.
released some, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I got message about potentially doing something
Yeah.
in Edinburgh.
Oh, they did that a few years ago, didn't they?
Yeah, so they're doing
Yeah.
OnlyFans
Comedy with your dick out.
TV.
Yeah.
You don't have to, but I'm going to anyway. I'm doing that in Edinburgh, so I might as well just do their show. That's why they got in touch. I got a guy with his dick out on stage. But but I know I've got mates who've done it. But I've got
Yeah.
mates who did it in America, and you have to sign up. You create an OnlyFans account
Right.
to be part of it, and you do sort of little shares of the videos for like, and but they like genuinely said they used to just start getting messages from people asking, can I see some pictures of your feet and stuff like that.
But because it essentially it is for porn still, isn't it? It's for,
I
It
think
didn't
they've
start
tried
as
to
that,
change
though.
it though, haven't they? It's overwhelmingly porn.
I mean, that's where they're
Yeah.
getting their money.
it's just like I think it's the
That's
thing. It's
why
that thing. It's
I'm
like
on it.
like-
I'm not-
yeah, it's like
I've never looked at it.
McDonald's doing salads. No
Yeah,
one's go- you know what I
I
mean?
know.
Like,
Yeah,
we're not
yeah.
gonna-
No one's going there for
I don't want to go to
fucking-
Muck Cafe.
Yeah, yeah.
I want one of them fucking ones.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I agree.
Yeah, and I think, yeah, I don't know. And I think it's like, well, if you get paid from it as well, that goes into check your accountant. You've been paid such and such from
yeah.
OnlyFans.
Goes into my
Yeah.
joint account. Hannah's like,
Yeah,
just a bit of a side hustle, you
I
know.
don't know. Just
But I think my fear of doing it would be that somebody sends me a message going, "I'll pay you this amount for a picture of your dick."
You're
And
like,
I'm
yeah, all right then.
yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
could just send him
Got
a
few in my
picture.
vault.
Yeah.
You just Google a cock pic and send that, couldn't you?
It's gotta have
Is
your
that
face in it.
fraud?
It's got your face in it.
Yeah, you got to
Oh,
have
is
today's
it?
newspaper.
Yeah.
I wouldn't send a cock pic with my
My
face in
brother
it.
did it. He
Not
said
my
it.
face. I'm not putting my face in
No,
it.
but that's what they want.
My brother did it, didn't he? Where he's done a dick pic and he made sure his face was in it. Like, it's just like in the background.
He's looking
Right,
around
yeah.
it.
He sent it to my dad.
Oh,
Oh no!
oh no!
Oh god!
Happy Father's Day.
My dad just takes back, cheers, mate.
Is it bigger than yours, Dad?
Fucking Sadiq Khan.
Dad's put it in his cab. Like, keeps it in his wallet.
Oh shit!
That's
That is how long?
yeah.
Sorry, how long have we been talking for? I don't want to. Where are we up to? All right, yeah, we should because the only other one I probably basically Matt Ford has got a
Yeah.
great story about sending his dad a sext by accident,
Oh,
and he said this will be on Patreon. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure he's told when he came on years ago. He's been on, hasn't he? Years ago.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
sure
yeah.
he might have told it, but basically he was having some flirtatious texts with a girl. This was years ago, and he sent a text saying. It's disgusting. It's not. It's funny, dust dirty. He said, "I'm gonna come on your tits and rub it in with my dick," and he sent it to his dad, right? But him and his dad like left when he was young, and they were just going through the period of like reconnection.
I really should have left. Really.
no, we've only just met up again. Let's ease into it.
It's not a rush thing.
That's so bad. That's so
Oh,
good.
God.
Oh my
I just
god.
rekindled my relationship. With son. I wonder what he's like.
Oh man, please, no one messaging.
Also, rubbing it in with his dick, like
Oh,
that seems like a hassle.
yeah,
spreading it.
it's disgusting.
A trail,
Anyway, on that
like
note,
a plaster.
I want to come on your tits, Dad. What if he said Dad in it? Oh, he sent me this by accident. He said, I want to come on your tits, Dad. Rub it in with my dick, Dad. Daddy.
oh, okay.
Oh, I so-
That's a nice.
All right, let's wrap it up on that note.
we love
thanks
you,
for coming
patrons.
in.
Thanks for subscribing.
Yeah, subscribe to patreon.com. Did you say the address?
No, they're already patrons who are
These
listening.
ones will be patrons.
Resubscribe.
Yes, but thanks, mate. Everyone should go
Oh.
see your show
Yes.
Yeah.
and
mate.
my show.
Yeah.
Pleasance.
Follow on Instagram, TikTok.
All that.
All of them.
OnlyFans probably soon.
Yeah, so mate.
Yeah,
the
mate.
money's right.
If you want to see, if you want to do sign up to my OnlyFans in August, pictures of my bumhole for 10 quid.
Rub it in with
Cheers, Jason.
Cheers, Jason, on
Thanks
the
for
decks.
running it all again, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. We love you.